what do you enjoy most about your job?
A number of things. I enjoy that I get to make my own hours. I enjoy that I choose how much money I want to make. It's not, it's on the sliding scale, but it's about how much money or how much time I want to put in and how much education I want to learn about. And that tells us how much money we make, right? I also enjoy just communicating with people. I like helping people. Sometimes as a hairstylist, I think you end up helping people more as a therapist sometimes than doing their hair. What else do I like about it? I just like the community. I like fashion. I like making people pretty or feel good. Right? Yeah. Did I forget anything? No, I like watching people smile. I like watching people's toes curl when they love their haircut. Like some people I know over there.
One day, right? Just a haircut, which is a small thing, but it's a huge thing in someone's life.
Yeah. So that's what I like about it. Thank you.
What kind of education is needed for this?
Initially, there's a cosmetologist that I guess you guys would be interviewing. But initially, cosmetology school is 1,600 hours. You have a certain amount of things that you have to do. Perms, haircuts, colors. I don't know how much of it is still necessary, but you also have to do skincare and nail care. So it's about 1,600 hours of work. It's about 9 months. And then as far as that goes, then you go into your cosmetology test. And that's about it. And then other than that, education-wise, it's just constantly having more education and stepping into those places where you feel like, oh, I might not like this, and I'm uncomfortable because it's new for me, and I kind of like that. I like the new things that are always evolving with hair. So
Yeah, you can never stop
education,
learning.
education is super, super important. And then just continue education is super important. You can just see those people that, do like 1,600 hours and then they do cosmetology school and then they're wanting to like have these amazing careers, but it takes time. It takes time and internships. I always recommend someone that's going to cosmetology school to always find the most best challenging internship that's out there. And an internship usually can be up to a year before you even go on the floor. But and it may seem like it's super frustrating, but at the same time, you're going to get the best education. You're going to be better than those that just, want to skirt on. Right? Yeah. Okay. What else?
How does your occupation impact your home life?
How does my occupation impact my home life? Well, it doesn't really. I would say if anything, it's probably helped my home life because I'm able to pick my own hours, so I'm able to be accountable for my son and be there for him after school. And I don't have to send him to daycare until 5 o'clock at night. How else does it impact my home life?
Every time you like,
Oh my gosh, Sarah.
I have to drive my
I
dad.
have so many favorite times.
I was thinking of doing volleyball.
I really can't. Almost on the daily, I have a time that I have gratitude for and that I appreciate. Making a difference when someone doesn't feel pretty about themselves or has low self-esteem. That makes my day, and that makes my day every day. I really, even when I'm not working, I still have that gratitude about my job, and I think that's why I like it after 20 plus years.
It's not good. It's not.
Sorry, I didn't mean to steal your class.
our work environment like? There's a lot of love. There's a lot of support.
There is a ton of support. You can ask anyone in here a question and they will want to help you.
Yeah, that's the exciting thing. And I feel like I don't feel like that's everywhere. I feel like we're definitely blessed with the family that we have. How many people are here? 26 people are here? And I feel completely blessed with our environment. You know, it has I don't even say we have ups and downs. We have moments, but we usually, support one another when we're having our struggles. And even when it comes to color and we feel like we're total failures, we always learn from things that our coworkers and help us with. I don't know, I don't really think about that much. I love my family at work.
Right. And this has been the best family for us because, believe me, I worked at DPA for Todd in the city. I worked at the UCDOK down here. I worked at Phoenix. And who else? Raymond Mark.
That's where I met you.
And there's no struggle here. There's no real competition.
No. Everyone wants to help everyone. And even if there is a little tip, because we're here all the time, it's never any drama. Like, nothing.
You guys get to resolve that together.
Yes.
Or if there is a drama, it lasts 5 minutes.
And there's someone always that can put out the fire of any type of drama. Because we have so many.
But I also have to say that our owner is a good owner.
Good people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard to pick the right group of people that aren't going to bash each other
And that takes
bring each other
talent.
down. Yeah.
That takes talent.
All right, what's the next one? On an average, like daily or let's say yearly, annually?
It's hard to say sometimes too because
It varies.
it varies.
Yeah, you know what? We'll put it this way. I do well enough to support my son and I as a parent. I do well enough to be able to enjoy the finer things in life, go on vacation, spend time with my friends away from work. I know what I need to make a day in order to pay my bills and have a good, a good solid life where I feel like I'm still planning and going forward. I'm making bad faces.
No.
Okay.
I'm looking straight ahead. I have sensitive scalp. But it goes off of.
It varies, yeah, but it goes, in my position, being that I am my own, what's the word I'm working on? My own boss, that's how I basically, that tells me how much I want to make. If I want to make more and I want to work more, I could work more and I could make more. Am I happy where I'm at right now? Absolutely. Could I make more? Yeah, but I also like my time away, my home time, my family time, my friends time. And I always like to come back here and
Yeah, I mean, it should be artistic. And have fun with it.
Show off the creative side.
yeah, gotta have that creative side. I feel like sometimes it gets lacking. It's lovely. Yeah.
I like that pin up the nose.
All right, what's the next one, Sarah?
What made you decide to become a hairstylist?
What made me decide to become a hairstylist? I liked fashion. I really wanted to design clothing, but I knew that I didn't have the right skills for that, And I knew that I wanted to do something in fashion. I don't like putting makeup on, so I wasn't gonna be a makeup artist. I really like doing hair. I like that everything You know, I like that you can change it. I like that you can change someone's life because of it. That's kind of what made me want to do hair. And I wanted to make good money and not have to work already too much. True? All right, what's next, Tiffany?
Oh wow. She's like perfect timing.
What do you think are some important qualities for someone to excel in business?
There's a lot of people. A good listener. Someone with compassion, someone with empathy, someone with patience.
Oh yeah.
And someone that can understand all sorts of different language that people speak in the hair world. You know, what some people call a highlight, I wouldn't necessarily consider a highlight. What someone calls a balayage, I would call it something else. And so understanding and being able to communicate with your client is super important. You know, and having that open mind that they might not be speaking your same language, but at some point you guys can come together and collaborate and figure out, you know, what's important. What, you know. That kind of,
Next question is, when's the time you felt really like done or upset with like the job? Maybe like it was the client being mean or something. Maybe time you were just like really done.
when was the time?
She did tell me one time.
I would say I had this one client that, bless her heart, I really liked her as a person, but she was just never happy, you know, with herself, with what was inside. So I had to I had to be open-minded about listening to what part of it was hers and what part of it was not changeable, and accept that I'm replaceable and that that's about it. I don't really have many to do it. Did I tell you about one that I had?
It was last time we scheduled an appointment. We were like, that one lady, she got her hair dyed the day before and then suddenly came in and changed it.
Yes. So, you know what? We do have those things. You know what? We do have those things happen to us as hairstylists, and I think this day and age, I think the idea behind everybody that sees hair on Pinterest, on Instagram, Facebook, whatever the social media outlets are, I think a lot of people don't realize it's a process, and they need to trust that process. It's kind of like what it says right there, trust the process. And they need to trust that process, and they need to, you know, speak up if they don't like anything, but at the same time, it's not always for me to decide, so I kind of just let it go. You know, if I'm gonna let those things make me have a bad day or harbor too much resentment, then I need to check myself and what I'm doing as a person. Am I letting it bother me? Why am I letting it bother me? What else is going on with me? Because usually those things don't bother me. Like, okay, whatever, you don't want that? Okay, we'll do something else. But what I do know is that I always, back on your last question, I always have, or the question before, sorry, I always have, I always make sure that I have that line of communication with them. It's so important. If you don't have that line of communication, then what I do is I'm not listening, and that communication isn't valid. But if I'm listening, then it's usually not my fault. It's just that the person didn't like their hair because, oh my gosh, now it's too dark. Sorry, it's out.
So getting your hair done is kind of like going fun therapy.
It is. It is. I always wanted to be I always wanted to be a therapist. I always did want to be a therapist, and when I realized I had to do like 1,500 hours of work as a social worker, I just that wasn't for me. And now I'm like a social worker every day. Right? Okay, I'm gonna have to move here, space, darling.
How long have you been doing this for?
I have been doing this since, I've been doing this for
years.
I hadn't think about that. Yeah, I know. I'm old.
Well, you look really young.
Thanks. I love you guys. I paid them to say that. All right, what else?
I might add in some of my personal questions.
What's that?
I might add in some of my personal
Yeah,
questions.
got it.
Because like, I think this is based on preference though. Like, if you're trying to ask someone, like, I have like, I never got married before,
Right?
but like, I was wondering like, for some reason when I started falling in love with couples,
I know, it's so long.
Okay, for some reason, you never dyed your hair.
For some reason, I never dyed my hair. Like, I mean, my sister has, but I decided to keep it this way. But I was thinking about doing the ball yellow, maybe some highlights, just to start off. Right? Not the bleach yet, but like maybe later, like to start. But asking from you, like, what would be a good way to start off?